Hello, my name is Coleman Yoakum. I'm the founder and executive director of Micah 6 Community. Micah 6 Community started in 2012 when I convinced several of my really passionate friends from around the country that we should move somewhere in the country and be really good neighbors to a neighborhood. And we talked about a lot of places and ultimately settled in Pontiac, Michigan. When we were looking for communities to end up in, we had three requirements, which was we were looking for a neighborhood that was low income, had high crime rates, and high unemployment. That was the three criteria we had for our neighborhood. And we looked in different places. We looked at Ypsilanti and Saginaw and Flint and Detroit, and ultimately landed on a house in Pontiac, Michigan. It's a 6-bedroom duplex. It was 3,200 square feet. It had, all sorts of problems. No plumbing was in the house when we bought it. But the price was right at $9,000. And so I bought the house and I called all my friends and said, come and do this with me. And we all moved into our community together. When we started trying to figure out what were the things that we could do to make a difference in this community, we kept landing on food. The average person in my neighborhood is a 45-year-old woman on disability without a car. And the nearest grocery store is 1.5 miles away. But surrounding our neighborhood are gas stations and liquor stores and a thrift store that sells expired Little Debbies and this sort of thing. And so when we were talking to our neighbors, everybody had health issues. They were overweight, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease. And so because people are living in this neighborhood on average and dealing with those health issues, they die earlier than most people in surrounding communities. And so we went to the Oakland County Treasurer's Office, who owns all of the vacant lots, and we said, we want to buy vacant lots. How much are they? And they said, well, no one buys vacant lots. How about $10? And so we bought 7 vacant lots, and we turned them all into gardens with the help of our neighbors, who most of them were older and grew up in the South, and so remembered growing things like green beans and beets and radishes and carrots and collards and okra. And so they taught us how to grow everything we grow. We didn't have anybody who had a farming background. And then a lot of them were also raising their grandkids. And so our volunteers right away were 7 years old and 70 years old. Our first year we grew 500 pounds. Now we're growing about 12,000 pounds a year. To be able to offer healthy food year round, we've opened a vegetable store in our neighborhood that now creates jobs for people in our community, which is really great. Since COVID started, our program has gone 100% free at that vegetable store, and we've given away almost 6,000 bags of produce for free to people in our community, just to help people with their groceries and get through this crisis. The project that this grant is for, that we wrote this for, is a garden overhaul. A number of years ago, we purchased a vacant school building that is directly across the street from the first Micah 6 house. And all the Micah 6 team lives within just a couple blocks of this building. We all still live in this neighborhood together and are living here and serving as neighbors. We bought a vacant school building. The plan is to turn it into a community center. A huge part of that program is a food hub that will sell fresh produce, just like we do now, that will have an indoor farmers market that runs year round, that will have a client choice food pantry where people can come in. And so this grant is for a garden overhaul on the playground, where we're going to build additional greenhouses and grow more food. It's going to allow us to build better beds so that we can grow more food that will go directly into that community center and serve our neighbors that way. This is going to be a job creator. This is going to be something that I think will really alleviate for good the food problem in my community. Whereas now you have to walk 1.5 miles to get food at the grocery store. Now you'll be able to walk into this school building that is just a block from your house and purchase food that was grown about 100 yards away. And we believe that that's going to lead, along with our health partners and a lot of the other folks that we're working with on this project, to better health outcomes for our community, longer lives, better education, and an overall enhanced quality of life that our neighbors haven't really had access to. And so that is what this grant is for. And I'm asking for your support in Micah 6 community, and all of my neighbors and all of the people here would love your vote for us to be able to do this huge garden expansion and continue growing healthy food for years to come for people in our community. Thank you so much.